I'm Julie Montgarrett. I work mainly in textile and drawing, everything from miniatures to large-scale site-specific installations. This is the last few days of the Scene Shift Residency, which is a month long in total. It began with 2 weeks in July and then 3.5 months of going back home, and then this last 2 weeks to consolidate and build on everything that we've achieved. So it's here in the City of Sydney Creative Studios with Brand X and a partnership with the CAD Factory. It offers two artists, one Sydney-based artist, to spend the same amount of time in the CAD Factory at Narandra and me here in the heart of Sydney. It's been fabulous. It's a brilliant model. The part of the proposal for the residency was to develop a body of work that I'm producing at the moment for an exhibition in the Griffith Regional Art Gallery in 2025. And what it is 30 panels like these ones here. So there's 3 in the room, which hang from the ceiling of the gallery, and you'll actually walk through them. And because they're suspended from a single point, they just move with the ambient air currents. So you're never seeing the one static view. They're constantly moving very slowly, and you're getting contrasts of front and back constantly. So I'm also interested in the back of the work as much as the front. And again, that's that disobedient textile thing of, the back must always be neat and pristine. Well, why? Because often the back is much more interesting than the front in terms of text and textures and layering and stitching and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's where the work is heading. And I'm still doing that, but the residency has kind of unpacked a whole lot of other possibilities, that some of which will complement the work and some of which will go off in other directions. And part of what has emerged in this particular residency, well, certainly in the time between the first visit and this time, is a whole other body of work which will allow me to apply for another exhibition at another regional gallery. So that's the big difference that the residency has brought into focus, yeah. It's been the best residency ever, I've got to tell you, and I've done some really troubling residencies in my time. I've been in this circus for like 30 years, more if I do the maths. It's been fabulously organised, it's so professional. I felt so supported from before I arrived and navigating the car lift and just being here. Everybody has been fantastic. I can tell you, fabulous coffee and food in the foyer is the best thing ever. It is a perfect place for a whole other series of projects. One of the other remarkable things about the residency was having letters of support from Brand X. I very much doubt that I would have got access to some of the archives without that. Well, from past experience, I know it's very difficult to even make an appointment or make a time, but that letter of support attached to my request for access made a difference, for sure. So that's been huge and really quite important. It gives me an identity here, or it gives me a kind of institutional authority, if you like, because I'm no longer attached to a university. That's been really important and quite surprising in some respects, but they're very valuable, yeah, for sure.